One of my favorite small planes, the E-Flite V22 Osprey. It's a small plane. It comes fully assembled, of course, in a box, so all you gotta do is throw in the battery and snap the landing gear in place if you want to use them. It's a nice plane, I like it. I don't fly it very much. I'm gonna fly it today because I'm thinking about getting that Banana Hobby. It's a little bit larger version of this plane, and I just want to get back to seeing how this thing feels. It's kind of breezy out, so I don't know how this is going to go. I have been testing the controls. First time I went to hover mode from forward flight, it really didn't want to on one nacelle, but now it seems to be working. This is one of those planes where it's an 800 milliamp hour 3S battery, and hover mode does take a lot of power. So if you spend too much time in hover mode, or you put in a battery that's not fully charged, you might find that it will not transition. So it's not a defect, it's just the way this thing is set up. Once you're in forward flight mode or in acro mode, whichever, it's forward flight, it doesn't consume much. Just like any other airplane, you have the power is moderated and your airfoil is providing the lift. But in hover mode, the engines are powering the whole thing and keeping the whole thing in the air, so they draw more current. The wind is stronger than the forward momentum. That's why it's going behind me. Took me a few minutes. I'm not used to this. That's probably why my starting was pretty rugged. When I transition back, I am going to have to look how fast it goes downwind. When I transition back, I'm going to have to do it upwind. That was a challenge. It is a little bit too gusty. You can tell that when you go into forward motion in hover mode and the wind is pushing it back. That's my voltage alarm going there. I probably won't put this thing back out there though, just because it's a little bit too windy. But it did handle pretty well, considering it shouldn't have been up. When you're in hover mode, it's the elevator control stick that moves the nacelles forward and backwards to give you that forward momentum in the hover. So I went to the servo settings, like they said, and I adjusted the servos for the elevator, increased the throw up to 140. So before, at 100% in my servo window, I got about this much. And as you saw, the wind was blowing the airplane backwards even in hover when I had them tilted this far forward. Increasing that value to 140 gets me here. So when I come so I think I'm going to keep it like that. Now, that may transition a little bit. Let me back out of this. And you got to be careful, because once you go to the forward flight mode, now your elevators are back here. And I just increased those things a bit. So you got to be careful on that. I'm definitely going to improve my hover performance. Okay, this could be a poor judgment on my part, but I'm going to try and see how this thing handles this stiff breeze in a hover.
Throttle cut on. Motors armed. Time.
She does go over a lot more, which is good. Well, it lasted a little while, but not very long.
What the hell were you thinking?
I don't think one of my nacelles quite operated the way it was supposed to be. It looked like it was going to, but I don't think it did in the end.
Throttle cut on.
Oh, there's a wheel. That's not bad. Other wheels are there. Well, looks like the damage is limited to the nose, the front end, which has done that before. So I'm pretty sure I can put this thing back together just like I did before. Yeah. And it will fly again. You can't get these things anymore. They don't make them. Way long discontinued. I don't know what happened there. I think maybe the wind was too much for the transition, maybe. I don't know. It hovered pretty well with that additional throw. So we'll see. I'll get this thing pieced back together and we'll be all right, I think, in the future. And I probably will still get that Banana Hobby one. I'm still interested in it. But these things do happen, and more often than normal with this type of airplane. So I expect it'll happen again. I'm going to try to reinforce the nose next time around so it doesn't have as much of an impact on it. But I think we're going to be okay. Thanks for watching.